Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for a short yoga practice that we will focus on different positions and supported poses that we can use our block with. So go ahead and grab a block and we'll get started. We're basically going to move from our head all the way down to our toes. So go ahead and begin just by resting down on your mat, using that block just like you would as a pillow. Remember, you can modify or change it up a little bit in ways that feels better or more comfortable for yourself. So as I begin just to lay here, I'm softening through my shoulders, arms, and hands. As we take a deep breath in, exhale, my breath is traveling down through the spine, as you begin to now soften through the hips and pelvic area. Even begin to relax now through the legs, ankles and feet. As we place our right hand over the belly, left hand over the heart. And we're just bringing the awareness of our breath, noticing the belly expanding. And then releasing or falling back down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. As we bring our hands once again down by our sides, and let's just tilt our right ear towards the right shoulder, or rest that right ear on the block. We come back to center, deep breath in, and exhale, let it go. Moving to the left side, now we're just tilting our left ear onto the block. And middle. Once again, deep inhale, filling your entire body up with that breath. And exhale. Let's remove the block from where it's at. You can sit up if you need to. We're now placing the block the long way to the mid or center of the back. Now we're resting the head onto the ground. You can move it up slightly if you need to. Or even closer to in between the shoulder blades. This is called supported fish pose. You can keep your hands flat on the ground or lift the hands so you're sitting on the hands flat. Keeping the legs together. This pose is good for our thyroid health, as well as slowing your entire system down to help release stress and anxiety. So again, the block, I have it kind of in between the shoulder blades, but depending on how you're feeling, you can move it up higher towards the head or more down towards the lower back. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Let's gently readjust. We're now moving the block right under the hips, lower back area. It's up to you. You can keep the feet connected on the ground with the hands pressed into the earth. We'll do a few different options here. So just settling in. Again, you're softening. The hips are even. If it feels okay, you can hug the knees in towards you. Moving just slowly side to side. Hugging in. And then you can extend the legs to the sky. Moving through the ankles and the feet. Noticing the support that the block offers here. As we lower that right leg down to the ground, let's bend the left knee, have the left foot connect to the mat. Staying here, even resting your eyes. Noticing the release that you might begin to feel through the lower body. Let's switch to the other side. Now that left leg is long, keeping the right knee bent. Let's slide that foot back so both feet are connected to the ground. Bringing the feet slightly apart and now letting the knees just rest in towards one another. Taking 3 nice deep breaths. Bringing the legs back apart. And now as we lift the hips to the sky, we're pressing the knees away from us to deepen the stretch. Fingers are spread wide, lifting here. And slowly lowering back down. Once you lower back down to the block, begin to relax through the lower body. Let's try that 3 more times. So inhale, we're lifting the hips, even if it's just an inch above the block. And exhale, relax. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Let's cross that right ankle to the opposite leg. Resting here. You can also hug the lower body in towards you, a few different options there. Or just stay put. Switching to the other side. Now the left ankle is resting on the right leg. And coming out. Let's remove the block out from underneath of us. Bringing the soles of the feet together. A few options here is if you had two blocks, you could rest one block under one leg and then the other block under the other side for support. Or maybe you want to balance it out. You do the pose for a little bit with the block on one side and then move it to the other. The block will just offer a little more support in the pose. Let's now take the block and rest it under the feet. So just like a little footrest here. Under the heels of the feet. And laying down. Relax the ankles, toes. Really noticing the stretch or the length through the legs. And now let's remove the feet off of the block when you're ready. As we reach our arms up and over our head, as we peel our way back up. You can grab your block. I like to bring the block on the outside of my feet, but that's a pretty deep stretch. So maybe you have it up closer to the shins or even the thighs, and you just use the block for support. Let's bring the block off to the side and making our way up, stretching into mountain pose. And now that we've provided support with the block from our head down to our toes, our last stretch, once again, using the block, we're placing the block in between the feet. Our feet are about hip distance apart. We're pressing our energy into that block, and as we inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Adjusting the block. Placing the right hand on the block and left arm reaches to the sky. And let's switch. And both hands to the block as we nod the head yes and no. And let's inch the feet together, holding on to the block as we bring ourselves once again up. And a big stretch up to the sky. Exhale, heart center. And now you can stretch out to the right, hug it in, and to the left, and bring it in. And thank you for practicing with me today.